Hello and welcome to Breaking Bread with Rivaaj Maharaj, where nothing is off the table. For today's episode, I want to talk about something that is appearing in the news and doing the rounds and is really interesting. And that is that Jolani, the president of Syria, is offering Europe and the world basically a lifeline. So without further ado, let's get into it. Now, there's a very interesting article that has come out, or a very interesting post that I've managed to find on X. It was forwarded to me by a family member in Norway, and I'm going to attach a video of his speech as well. I don't understand a thing of what he's saying because it's in the Syrian language. I don't speak the language, so I have no clue. But I'm going by the post that Mario Naufal has put up saying Syria's president pitching himself as Europe's new energy lifeline. Ahmed al-Sharaa told Europe that if Iran shuts the Strait of Hormuz or Red Sea, Syria's strategic spot can help the Gulf oil flow safely.
تشكل سوريا اليوم هناك مخاطر كبيرة جدا على سلاسل التوريد وأمدادات الطاقة ما بين الشرق والغرب، وبالتأكيد الدول الأوروبية ستعاني من هذا المشهد لأن انقطاع امدادات الطاقة من الخليج العربي، وهي تشكل تقريبا 20% من حجم صادرات ونقل النفط والغاز من الخليج العربي، وأيضا سلاسل التوريد. في هذا الأمر سوريا تشكل ملاذ آمن لسلامة سلاسل التوريد عبر موقعها الاستراتيجي، وأيضا إمدادات طاقة من خلال سواحل المتوسط، وأيضا موقع الاستراتيجي، وربط هذا الأمر من خلال عبر سوريا للوصول إلى طريق آمن وسليم يصل إلى أوروبا بشكل سريع، وأيضا أي اضطراب يحصل في البحر الأحمر أو في مضيق هرمز فتشكل سوريا ملاذ آمن له.
Now, why this is important is because everything that is going on within the Middle East at present, a lot of it has to do with the IMEC, that is the India, Middle East, Europe Economic Corridor. And now the India, Middle East, Europe Economic Corridor is pitched as somewhat of an alternative to the Chinese Belt and Road Initiative. But lurking in the background is another very sinister plot by the Turks and the Pakistanis, and they have always felt threatened by the IMEC, because if the IMEC corridor goes ahead, it effectively cuts off Turkey, Pakistan from this energy route and from this trade route into Europe. Now, some of the statistics and some of the figures and times touted for this IMEC corridor are quite impressive. There's a lot of saving in terms of time as well as money if this corridor does go ahead. Now, this IMEC corridor goes, Israel via Greece, Saudi Arabia, through the UAE, India. It connects basically India into Europe through the Gulf region. But as I mentioned, there's Greece, there's Saudi Arabia, the UAE, India, and Israel that are intrinsic to this route. Now, this Hormuz Strait being closed, shutting down the oil supply and the energy routes, and it's highlighted the need for alternate routes. Much like when COVID hit, it highlighted the need for diverse supply chains. So in the same way, because of what is going on in the Strait of Hormuz, all these choke points are now coming into focus. Jolani is saying that he is prepared to get that pipeline off the ground, and that pipeline will effectively go through Turkey into Europe. And the Turks are salivating at the idea of that pipeline taking place, because it then means that they play a huge role. It will give them a lot of leverage if they are if they form part of the transit route for energy to flow into Europe. So you can see that Jolani putting this forward. You can see all the pieces coming together, and how there's different factions, and how Iran is vital to this. I have no doubt that Jolani is doing Erdogan's bidding, because he is Erdogan's boy after all, and it's going to be interesting to watch how this plays out. Incidentally, this pipeline proposal by Jolani indicates precisely why Bashar al-Assad had to be removed first from power before the Iran war could take place. Because if this pipeline was meant to come into being, and the Turks were meant to benefit, then Bashar al-Assad had to be removed, because Bashar refused to allow this pipeline to go ahead, because he did not want to antagonize his Russian benefactors as well as the Iranians. Now that you have a Syria without Bashar, governed by an ex-Al-Qaeda member who is loyal to Erdogan, and Erdogan who plays both sides of the fence, that is, supplying Israel with oil, at the same time threatening to strike the Israelis, it makes sense, because you have somebody in Syria that is now antagonistic towards the Iranian regime, as well as someone that is in the pocket of the Turks as well as the Americans. So Jolani can be used as a pawn against the Russians. So this pipeline coming into being will then benefit the Turks, and it will affect the Russians, and it will affect the Iranians. And that is why Bashar al-Assad had to be removed first, because there was no way that Assad would have gone out and antagonized both his benefactors, that is the Iranian regime as well as the Russians. And we'll keep a close eye on this and keep you updated. So I want to thank you for spending time with us, and we look forward to seeing you in the next episode. Please remember to like, share and subscribe, as it helps us with the algorithm and it helps our channel to grow.